Alright, welcome all you beautiful people to one of my favorite games ever, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. I've already got my water beside me, so without further ado, let's hop straight into this magnificent RPG. Got to be a fresh start, and of course we're going to be playing on Death March. Tutorials is fine, Simulator 2 is fine.
know I don't find that amusing.
It wasn't meant to amuse, but to prod you to hurry. It's midday already. You promised Ciri you'd train with her. Go before Vesemir bores her to death with those etchings.
So, later then.
See you later.
Sorry about the sudden cutoff there. The stream just went down for some reason, not really sure. And also my game crashed, so that's beautiful. Nevertheless, we'll get right back into it. Maybe it didn't save it all. Guess we... Sure, restart, I suppose. Sorry. As before, fresh start, death march, show tutorials, simulate the save, all that good stuff. And we can just skip this since we already saw. I guess we can't skip this scene, never mind. So as I was saying, before everything crashed there, obviously this game starts with some beautiful sceneries and whatnot, very excellent imagery, and good storytelling too. So without further ado, let's get into it, shall we? Welcome to the tutorial. This basically takes us through Kaer Morhen and whatnot, but you'll see all that. First,
You're running out of juice.
Investigate things.
You might bring me some more once you're done training.
So you saw right there, we can use like our Witcher senses, and basically Witchers have like superhuman senses, so they can identify things much better than we can, such as crazy sense of smell. They can see in the dark, their vision's really good. This thing's along that nature.
Lilac and gooseberries, of course.
I don't know, I'll go find a dialogue super amusing myself. Let's go see what Yen has to say though.
See, I thought Ciri could stand to wait a little longer.
It's uninstructive, not to mention unreasonable.
I don't want to be reasonable.
Aha, so that's the way the wind blows. Go and train with her, then come back. It'll give me a chance to put my face on.
Of all the women I've known, you're the only one who does that before.
You've known many.
What's it matter? Only ever thought of you.
See, you played it off quite well there. Very smooth.
Got any clothes that aren't black or white?
Undergarments.
Nothing but silver.
Gold clashes with my complexion. You should know that.
Something I did by accident there, but you probably noticed. You can do like douse fires or light them, which is you have a few kinds of spells. They're not exactly sorcerers though or anything like that. It's basic magic. One other thing I'd like to note
Shit. Mountain Pass is beautiful as ever.
is that this game is being played on. Let's see. I guess it was high, but well, we played on Ultra for sure. Hopefully, that's reflected in what you guys see. But if not, at least I get to see it. So as you can see, it's quite beautiful. Very picturesque game, especially for 2015. So who knows, over 5 years ago now. And eventually we get to wander all through here. But now let's just get on with the quest.
Old Witcher's fast asleep. Ciri's disappeared somewhere, of course. Guess she prefers practice to theory.
What?
Time to wake up, Master. These lessons so boring they put you to sleep too?
Damn it. After taking notes on ghouls and owl ghouls, wanted to rest my eyes a bit.
Making her slog through that brick? No wonder she took off.
John of Bruges lacks flair, true, but he's reliable. Not like the hogwash they print nowadays. She's tackling the pendulums, right? How many times do I have to tell her? Don't train alone. It only embeds your errors. Bring our young damsel to the lower courtyard. She wants to practice, she'll get to practice.
One other thing I should note is that we're definitely going to be playing good guy Geralt. I don't really like being an asshole or anything like that, and typically you don't get much from it in this game.
Gotta admit, we've spoiled her.
We've spoiled her. I've been saying it from the start. Ciri needs a firm hand.
Been saying that true, but you let her walk all over you just like the rest of us do.
Fine. I suppose I'm partly to blame. But this has to end. Now. Killing monsters is not something to be taken lightly. Ciri must understand that, if she's to become one of us. I'll see you below.
Wrong. Now I see why you were so eager to practice. Strike. You're not in this circus. Pirouette. Wrong. Footwork. Enough. Get down.
With a flip?
What do you think? All right. Take off the blindfold. You've got work to do. Your reflexes are still slow.
Maybe for a witcher.
Think drowners or striggers will go easy on you because you haven't undergone the mutations? Though in your shoes, I'd fear Vesemir more than any strigger. Disobeying his instructions? Unwise.
Well, yes, but that book was horribly dull.
I know. And you know that's no excuse.
I I'm sorry. It won't happen again.
Better not. Vesemir said if it does, he'll make you eat a bowl of slugs covered in salt.
You!
Exactly. So you'd best behave. Come on, we'll practice with the others down below.
Shall we run the walls?
Of course.
Of course. This a Witcher school or an elven bathhouse?
To the bottom.
Maybe if you fall.
Kind of annoying that you have to wait for it to be as it is. So you guys may have also noticed if you look at the top left, this would be played on.
What did I tell you
keyboard and
about
mouse.
breathing? Through your mouth, in rhythm with your steps. Siri, cut it out.
Geralt? Visit. Come on.
Anything to say for yourself, young lady?
I'm very sorry, Uncle Vesemir.
Young blood craves action, I understand that. But when you fight a beast, knowledge counts as much as your silver sword. At the very least, you ought to be able to tell a ghoul from an owl ghoul.
By markings, like unto the Panthera tigris that in Zerrikania dwells, and by the sickly paleness of its visage.
So you did read the chapter. Still, you should have asked if...
But you were asleep, Uncle Vesemir.
So you did the reading. Why not admit it right off?
Never pounce on an advantage as soon as it appears. Wait till it stands to have maximum effect. Uncle Vesemir's words.
Well, you're a quick study. Quick, but mischievous. Fine, we've talked enough. Geralt, you're with me, Lambert with Eskel, Ciri with the dummy.
Again?
Stop groaning and grab a sword. What do you think? Should we start by reviewing the fundamentals or go right to free training?
We're gonna start with the combat tutorials and do the fundamentals, just so you guys can see how combat in this game works.
Should work on the basics. Even skilled masters need to hone the fundamentals, and Ciri's barely a novice.
Draw your sword, Geralt! Quick cuts. 1, 2, 3.
The first kind of attack, we have these quick attacks, and you can see there, and you have
Never
strong
lock your
attacks,
elbow
much
when
slower,
striking, young lady.
completely hit harder though.
Position, Ciri. Footwork. Remember,
You have dodges. You move out of the way. You have rolls, which is mainly what I use. I'm not a big fan of the dodges. The dodges typically are better on this track.
Parry. Ciri, see how
Parries are
Geralt
really
holds
fun, but
his
they're not
sword
too good.
tangled. Tomfoolery! Enough! Come on! At them! Pretend now, live later. Riposte! Strike! Counter-strike!
Ripostes are fun, 'cause they look pretty cool, but again, they're not too good. They don't really do much damage or anything like that. Though they are good in fist fighting, that's for sure. Really opens up opportunities to hit back.
Now, young lady, to bring the day to a close, we'll go over a few Witcher's signs. Let's start with Quen.
So these are the spells that they're talking about, or I mentioned earlier, all 5 of them, and I'm gonna go over them now.
Who's next? Ciri, Quen is sometimes called the Witcher's Shield. Now watch carefully to see why.
As you can see there, Quen protects you against damage.
Cast Igni, Geralt. I want to see sparks fly.
Igni, as it sounds, is
See?
fire.
If not for the Quen sign, I'd be aflame by now. Damn it! All right, Geralt. Come on.
So art is similar to Igni, except it's basically you shoot wind instead.
See that, Ciri?
You
Art
can
will
knock people
knock it.
down, stun them.
Time for Axii. Damn it. I hate this feeling.
So Axe is a super useful one, not so much in combat, but in dialogue. You can get it to make people reveal information to you they otherwise wouldn't. It also stuns people in combat, but like I said, it's not too useful.
Come on. Erden now. Show her, Geralt.
Come on, come closer.
Yeah, that's
See this, Ciri?
interesting one.
Couldn't move if I wanted.
Basically slows you down. You
Throw a
can upgrade
bomb.
it for like damage.
Don't
on
worry,
stuff like
Ciri.
that. It's
Quen will
mainly
dampen
used
the
for
blow.
specters.
Fine. Enough. Continue training at will.
What?
So you're
Lost your
combat
nerve?
now. It's actually possible to kill him. Probably not. No, definitely not. See the green underneath his head? That signifies that he's healing. Yeah. That's what this then. Move on.
Whoa! You really showed him, kid.
Ciri, get down here.
A little she-devil. Soon as she's back, we'll set her to polishing all the swords at Kaer Morhen.
Find that helmet? Ciri? I'll make sure to find every last blade for you. What the? Vesemir.
I've long awaited this, and then White Wolf.
No!
You all right?
Had a nightmare.
About?
Take forever to explain.
Dawn's some way off. We've got time.
Started in the guest room at Kaer Morhen. I was relaxing in the tub, and next to me,
Triss?
Yennefer. Funny, isn't it? She's never been there. Seemed so real in my dream, though.
Was she nagging you about something? True to life, indeed. We'll find her.
I know we will. That's not what worries me. You've seen her tracks. She's at full gallop all the time. Breakneck speed through wildlands, devastated battlefields. She's in a hurry to get somewhere. Or fleeing something. Either way, it means trouble of some sort.
Be surprised if she wasn't in trouble. She's always poked her nose in beehives. Courtly intrigues here, mages' conspiracies there. What do you expect?
Don't know. Guess I thought once we were finally reunited, things would be calm. At least for a while.
Calm? With Yennefer? Good luck.
In the dream, I went and found Ciri. Then we trained.
Those were the days. Little she-devil. I've trained kids who were faster, stronger, but none had her character. Didn't end well, did it? Your dream?
No. A wild hunt appeared, attacked Ciri. I couldn't move, stood there like a stump.
It was just a dream.
That's the problem. It was more. In the past, when Ciri'd appear in my dreams, something was wrong. She was in danger.
We taught her how to defend herself from anything, wraiths included.
Be dawning soon. Time to go.
Wait. Show me the letter from Yennefer. Might have overlooked some hint in there.
Didn't overlook anything. We were meant to meet in Willoughby. That's what she wrote. Meanwhile, one army or another burned the village to the ground. All we can do is follow her trail, so...
Stop talking for a minute and give me the letter. Oh, how about that? It does smell of lilac and gooseberries.
You were gonna read it, not sniff it.
We must meet. Soon. Willoughby near Vizima. Nothing else to guide us there. What's this postscript? I still have the unicorn?
That's private. Very private.
Aha, I understand. At least I think I do. Maybe not entirely, but perhaps that's for the best.
Back on topic. How's it look? How far behind Yennefer are we?
2 or 3 days. Trail's fresh, but it looks like it leads towards the main road. Could be muddled there. Wait, hear that?
I hear it. I smell it. Ghouls.
Shit.
Alright, terribly sorry for my absence. My sister called me with an urgent matter that I had to attend to. But now we are into the thick of things. We're going to be having our first fight here. And I guess there's a few things I wanted to mention before we go any further. First of all, this is going to be, even though we're playing on Death March, which is the hardest difficulty, this is a casual playthrough with some min-maxing, but it's mainly just to have fun and show everybody just how brilliant this game really is. Secondly, we're going to be going for what I think are the best endings in the game, of which there are 3 different endings. One for the main game, one for the DLC that's just Heart of Stone, and one for Blood and Wine, I believe it's called. And finally, this is likely not going to be 100% playthrough, but it's going to be as close as possible to that, really, without having to go into like basically going around everywhere. And most importantly, we are going to be playing a lot of Gwent. We're going to be going hard in Gwent because it's an excellent minigame. Anyways, without further ado, life on the continent and the Skellige Islands is nasty, brutish, and short. War lays waste to the land, and those it spares live in fear of the countless monsters lurking outside every town and village. Monsters are shown with a silver health bar above their heads, indicating that you must fight them with your silver sword. That's a bit of lore. Monsters and whatnot are susceptible to basically silver. I guess it damages their regenerative properties, whereas steel is typically used for beasts such as wolves and humans and the like, which don't really require silver to murder with. Alright, that's it. Let's get into it then. When and already I haven't played on this Death March before. I played on this normal in my past save through where I went through the game. But these guys are already a lot tougher. Also, you may have noticed some enemies do regenerate health, which is you just see the little green above their head. So I guess this is a little bit of how combat works. You have adrenaline points, which is what it says here. Striking and punch generates adrenaline points, and certain abilities you can acquire allow you to perform special attacks that require and consume adrenaline points. Adrenaline points also increase your damage, and you might need a perk to do that, I forget exactly, but you can make them increase your damage. They can decrease the damage you're dealt. It can be used for special abilities, it says, and a number of other things.
Of course. When armies pass, necrophages follow. Let's go before any more show up.
Alright, the most important part about playing in Death March, aside from enemies being tougher and whatnot, is that meditation no longer regenerates vitality, which is, you basically just wait for some time to go past and whatnot. So instead you have to eat or drink, as it says here. First and foremost, we're going to loot everything. This game is very much loot everything. It includes all these flowers. You can use these flowers to make potions and oils and whatnot, which have their own kind of special little effects. Oils are used to deal additional damage to certain enemies, and potions can do a variety of things. So it's kind of hard to summarize them all in one sentence there. Something that is important is somewhere around here, as you saw from the cutscene, there's this little bauble, the glass raven skull, which we want to pick up.
Bird skull in black crystal. Why do I think this is Jens?
You get some extra dialogue later on. Maybe more than one, I guess. Not all the flowers you see.
Ever tell you about this sorcerer I knew? Couldn't stop talking about how useful they are as creatures.
Because you can brew potions from their blood?
No, because by eating rotting corpses, they prevent epidemics.
Did he know they eat the living as well?
No, really upset him too. His theory collapsed.
War's not exactly going our way.
We have a side.
The Northern Realms.
Radovid's realms, don't you mean? Temeria and Edirn are no more.
Radovid's pledged to restore the old borders, as soon as he wins the war.
Believe that?
Gotta believe something. It's what keeps us going.
Come on now.
We going? Help me! Help!
Strong beast of this like that.
Has it gone?
Yeah. Come out.
Gods, that was close. I was sure I'd end up like my mare.
Provided you got lucky.
Your horse died quickly, but griffins like to toy with their prey. Eat it, alive, piece by piece.
Oh. You'd like a reward, I suppose.
Just as a reminder, we are good guy Geralt, so we will be doing the nice thing out of our hearts, but also we get some pretty good advantages for being kind, particularly to this guy.
You don't owe us anything. You were in need. We helped.
And they call witches heartless. Say they won't lift a finger without pay.
They also say mice are born of rotting straw. Back to the trail.
Like I said, leads to the main road and ends there, muddled.
You seek someone?
Yes, a woman. Medium height, long black hair. Seen anyone like that?
No. But there's an inn here in White Orchard. Sole one around. Gets its share of travelers. Perhaps you'll learn something there? Besides, the innkeep's my cousin. Tell her Bram sent you. She'll treat you like family.
Not a bad idea. Especially since that wound needs cleaning.
Ah, beast barely grazed me. But sure, could use a good rye. Nice and cool, you know, straight from a cellar.
Let's go.
I hate more rye bread. TVH. Very nasty stuff.
So, a griffin this close to the village? Strange.
My thoughts exactly. In the forest or the mountains, sure, but here, the main road.
Maybe it's the war. Corpses everywhere, the stench of blood, burnt flesh. Drives monsters crazy sometimes.
Men, too. We need to watch ourselves in White Orchard. And we should leave as soon as we learn anything.
So populated areas, when you're entering a village, clearly don't disturb peace. Town guards and hired watchmen won't tolerate theft, and also won't tie on you accosting others. And this is very true. The town guards typically scale to your character's level, so no matter if you're a god among men at like level 100 or level 1 like we are right now, they will hit hard. There's also notice boards typically in each settlement where you can get additional missions and butcher contracts and stuff along those lines.
Hey! My gran told me about Snizzle.
Whoa there, Roach.
What? Take that down before there's trouble.
That is a coat of arms, the Temerian lilies. They've a right to hang there.
This ain't Temeria no more, old man. It's Nilfgaard now.
My arse it is.
What? Witches?
I'll not drink with Weaverlaw's freaks.
Beg your pardon for those thugs.
No need. We're used to it.
Folk are jumpy round here. Armies just passed through. Now a griffin's prowling about.
Already had the pleasure. Ran into your kinsman, Bram.
Bram? How is he?
Alive. Sends his regards.
Master Witchers. Food and drink on the house. What can I get you?
There a contract on that griffin?
Nay, not at the moment. Used to be. Soon as a beast had built a nest nearby, the alderman would start a collection, or go to the Lord for help. Now the alderman don't use the privy without asking the Black One's permission first. And seems they hanged the Lord. So no contract.
Shame. We might have done something, but not for free.
Pretty busy place you got.
Nations on the move. Some search for kin, others just want to get out of the way of the armies. They all need food, drink, and a night's rest in warmth.
So, war's been good for your trade?
Aye, so far. But it'd be best to know peace again. Times like these, you never know what tomorrow will bring.
Something that is interesting to note is typically, or always, white dialogue, like 2 and 3 here, do not end the conversation, whereas yellow does. I'm gonna see what she has to
Show me what you got behind the counter.
Everything on the left is what we have. Everything on the right is what whoever we're buying has. Oh, never noticed that. That's interesting. But we're gonna buy some of these cards now, because like I said, we are gonna be Went Concierge. Concierge, however it's pronounced. Catapult, excellent card. Booster Commanders, excellent card. Excellent card. And it is also a really good card. I don't use it too much though, but it's good. And that's all the cards we can buy here. So let's see where Yen is.
Looking for a woman. Raven-haired, violet eyes, dresses in black and white. Riding in from Willoughby. And, strange as it sounds, lilac and gooseberries might have smelled that.
I've not seen nor smelt such a lady. Believe I'd remember.
Yeah, especially hard to forget this one.
Plenty of travellers about, though. Folk from all over. Might be worth your while to ask after her.
As that suggested, this little symbol right here just means it ends the conversation.
Thanks for everything. Help you bandage that up?
Please. I'm not decrepit yet.
Then I'll ask about Yennefer.
Mm-hmm. Just remember, we'd rather not draw any attention.
Black One's been out measuring the fields.
Let him measure. Better that than burning the harvest.
Drommel, you're dumber.
I'm looking for someone.
And we seek some peace and quiet.
Out of my face, freak. For your breath sours my beer.
So as I mentioned earlier, one of the 5 abilities, Axii, allows you to basically influence the mind. Kind of like the Jedi mind tricks.
Raven-haired woman dressed in black and white. Seen her? Talk.
Folks say the lady rode through the village a few days back. Galloping so fast she knocked Radabor into a ditch.
Which way did she go?
Dunno. Lots of tracks leading off the main road. Could have gone anywhere.
Oi, people! The freak's taken Micah's mind!
Uh-huh. And I'll take your tongue if you don't shut up.
There are 4 factions.
4 what?
Factions! What a waste of time! The Earth shall revolve around the sun before you comprehend these rules.
Got a minute?
Why not? Aldert Geert, Assistant Professor in Contemporary History at Oxenfurt Academy.
Geralt of Rivia. Witcher, with tenure. I'm looking for a woman. Long hair, dressed in black and white. Seen anyone like that?
Of course not! Unlike the populace, I know the horsewoman of war is pure poppycock.
Horsewoman of war? What's that about?
Folk say an omen. A beautiful phantom rides the fields at night, looks as you described her. Armies follow her, and all who cross her path meet with misfortune.
I can vouch for the last bit. Know where they saw her?
No, facts interest me, not fairy tales.
Not a place I'd ever expect to find a scholar. Take it you're fleeing the war?
Quite the opposite. Chasing it. I'm headed for the front.
Tired of life?
I seek knowledge, which I value more than life itself. I've a thirst no dusty old tomes can quench. I wish to see the Nilfgaardian invasion with my own eyes, understand it, and record it all in my chronicle, my magnum opus.
Take my advice. Go back to your books while you can. War's no game. No faculty meetings to attend, no tenure to gain, end notes to compile. First soldier you see'll kill you.
Why would he do that? Me? A neutral civilian? A scholar?
Boots.
Come again?
He'll kill you for your boots. War reached Novigrad yet?
Nope. But it's only a matter of time. Nilfgaard on one bank, Redania on the other. Drooling over the city like dogs over a juicy bone.
Many a ruler's choked on that bone.
True. We value our liberty in Novigrad, and we know how to fight for it.
Mm-hmm. The scholars especially.
The sword is not the only weapon. Do not forget, architects from our academy designed the city walls. Walls no war machine has ever crumbled.
Gotta go. So long.
A moment, Witcher. You strike me as a man of the world. Are you familiar with Gwent?
No, and I don't have time to learn.
But the rules are quite simple. Come, let's play.
Alright, and here's our first Gwent match, and we are definitely playing.
Why not?
Splendid! Here's how it's done.
So I'll explain this as we go. So first we're gonna equip all the cards we just bought. Secondly, we're gonna change our leader to the one we just bought. And now I'm just gonna assemble a deck real quick. You need a minimum of 22 cards. You really only need... That should be sufficient. So just to kind of go over what I did right here. There's 4 different factions you can play as. Nilfgaardian, Northern Realms, Scoia'tael, and Monsters. At the beginning you only have a deck for the Northern Realms. Each one of these factions has their unique ability, which is right here. So Nilfgaard wins whenever there's a draw. Northern Realms draw a card from your deck whenever you win a round. Scoia'tael, you decide who goes first, and the monsters have one randomly chosen monster unit card that stays on the battlefield after each round. Aside from that, each faction has a set of leaders, which currently we have these 2 unlocked, and there's usually 4 or 5 for each. This guy here, you can pick an impenetrable fog card from your deck and play it instantly. This guy clears any weather effects, including the impenetrable fog from this guy, and etc, etc, essentially. As the game progresses, there will be more cards that get added to Gwent in general, and we'll talk about those when we get to them. So the first thing you do is you start with 10 cards, and you have to decide which ones you want to keep in your hand and which ones you want to get rid of. So let's start by getting rid of this. Alright, that's fine. We'll do that. Alright. So these are the 10 cards we have right here, and each one of these cards, there's 4 different types of cards essentially. There's Siege, which goes in the back line, there's Range, which goes in the center line, and there's Melee, or Close Combat, which goes in the front line. There's also Weather Effects, which go over on the left, and they affect everyone. The winner, essentially, of each round, which the game works by, there's 2 rounds, and whoever wins, or excuse me, there's up to 3 rounds, and whoever wins 2 first wins the game. So to start off with, we will play a catapult. The winner of the round, by the way, is whoever has the most points on their side of the board. So that basically add up all 3 lines, and you have a total here and a total here. So at the moment, his 2 beats my 1. Now what the weather effects do, I should note, and you may have already guessed, is in any road, or a unit in that road gets reduced to 1 attack. But that can be overwritten slightly by cards like this. He's a support unit, and he increases that damage by 1, even if there is rain going on. Let's play our clear weather and get rid of that. So we just use our leader's ability, and he clears weather effects like that. So instead of having 2 damage on our catapult, we have 7 now. We'll play another one, why not? So another thing I'll mention right now, since we've gotten to this point, is aside from where a unit has to go, which is indicated by this little yellow marker here. So these guys have the swords, so they're in the front row. You have your bows, which are in the mid row, and you have your catapults, which are in the siege row. Some cards also have additional abilities. So particularly to any siege experts, you notice they have this little plus sign, which means morale boost, and it adds +1 damage to all the units in that row, excluding itself. Hence why this guy's up to 2, this guy's up to 2, and this guy's up to 8, because he gets affected by both of these, so he gets his base 6 and added 2 onto that. You also have people like this, which have the shaking hands, and this means they have pipe on. So if you were to place another and pair up Brigade Guard, then both of their damage would go up to 6. And then if you play the third one, it would, all 3 of them would have 9, etc. And you notice all 4 of my cards are like that right now, but unfortunately I do not have 2 of any of them, so they don't really get any bonus effect from that. So my general plan right now is, since we're slightly higher, we want to kind of drain them of cards if we can. We're also going to get rid of all that close combat, because eventually we can just play this next round. Alright, so we did the smart thing and passed. And so what we're going to do is, since we have more points, 26 is 21, we're also going to pass, and that ends the round. You see his gem shattered, we won round 1, our ability kicks in, and we draw a card. I guess we also go first, so we'll play this. Oh, watch him only have weather cards, yeah, he might be screwed. Yep, only weather cards. Alright, so he has 0 points, so we're just going to pass now and finish the game. So instead of playing the possible 3 rounds, we only had to play 2 because we won both, and it's just a best of 3.
Well, you've a knack for this game. If you ever find yourself in Oxenfurt and wish to play a true master, ask for Stepan. A simple innkeep by trade, but a true maestro when it comes to Gwent.
I'll remember that. Thanks.
So he gives us this book, A Miraculous Guide to Gwent. And this shows you where all the cards in the game are. So there's 47 in Valen, 34 in Novigrad, 28 in the Skellige Isles, 1 in the Royal Palace of Vizima, 1 in Kaer Morhen, and 47 from nobody in particular. This is the letter from Yennefer, which was read aloud earlier by Vesemir, but we'll go through once more. Dear friend, forgive me for not asking about your health or how you have been these last years. Time is very short. We have important news. We must meet, and soon. Ride to Willoughby near Vizima, and don't spare the horses. While I do eagerly await our reunion, I won't be able to wait eagerly or otherwise very long. Your dear friend, Yennefer. P.S. I still have the unicorn. So that aside, let's go talk to the man himself, Gaunter O'Dim. Also, you may note on the left there it says we received the card, Zoltan Chive. Whenever you win a game of Gwent, you receive a card. For the first win, if you win against the same person multiple times, then you will not keep gaining additional cards. That's the first one.
Looking for a woman.
Like everyone.
Not like everyone. And not just any woman. Mine smells of lilac and gooseberries, dresses in black and white.
2 schnapsies. It'll lift your spirits.
Fine, I'll have a drink. Can we cut to the chase? You seen her or not?
Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Never mentioned her name.
Yet you described her perfectly. And once I hear something, I never forget. Can't help it.
How do you know Yennefer?
What a question. Master Dandelion's ballads, of course. The only way a humble merchant might hope to rub up against greatness. Unless, that is, he's as lucky as I am.
And runs into a very patient witcher.
It's a Geralt of Rivia himself, the Butcher of Blaviken.
You seen Yennefer?
Deepest apologies, but I must ask, is this about love?
Guessed it. It's love.
I knew it at once.
What do you know? Tell me.
Before you appeared, it never occurred to me that might have been Yennefer. Who would have thought?
Get to the point.
An Nilfgaardian scout from the local garrison saw her.
Where?
At their camp. She rode in there. Dark of night. Black and white. Gooseberries and... Yes, I know. Had a terse exchange with the garrison commander and raced off.
Where to?
I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
Thanks.
We men of the road must stick together. Perhaps one day I'll be in trouble and you'll be nearby to help.
So you notice he just disappeared there, and that is kind of a hint as to what's going to happen later on. This guy is actually a very important individual later in the game. We'll attend to that later. For now, we need to go ask about Yennefer.
Done drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Then fuck off.
Don't want your kind here.
Haven't done anything to you, so just calm down.
Course not. You done nothing.
Horses working witchcraft. Get him!
So this fight's basically unavoidable, but...
Well, how long you gonna make me wait?
Nice meeting you.
Alright, simple enough. So for now... Okay, it's telling us the game saves automatically. Gonna grab some more... Jesus. Some ugly noises. We're gonna grab some more flowers and whatnot. The potions will create later on. So I mentioned before, very important to have them all.
They knocked his head off. Oh, so it worked. Septic was
Looking for trouble?
to do with it? What did the phone do?
So here, straight ahead, as you may have noticed, is the notice board.
He bumped his head when he went to bed and wet
I
himself
guess I'll just read through it. Geralt has learned from experience to keep a close eye on his surroundings as he travels, for he never knows when he'll run into someone or something of interest. A damsel in distress, a merchant peddling rare wares, or a nest of pesky monsters. Such locations are marked on your map with the following icons. Then it shows a whole bunch of icons. And we're going to go up to the board and see if there's available. We have volunteers wanted. And I'll let you guys read through them if you want. Most of these I probably will not, since a lot of them are just flavor text and whatnot. And of course you can always pause it if you need it. Alright, so these ones are interesting. Any of them that say contract, Devil by the Well, these are Witcher quests. So there's 4 different types of quests in this game, I guess I should add. You have the main missions, secondary missions, Witcher quests, and treasure quests. And Witcher quests pertain solely to dealing with people's problems, almost exclusively killing a special monster. And for this one, it says, good folk, I know there's a war on and every man's got trouble enough of his own, but perhaps there's one of you who could help a father in need. You all surely know the well in the ruined village, and the devil that guards it with a jealous fury. And if you don't know, well, come ask and I'll tell you about it. Whoever drives that monster away from the well will get a fat purse full of gold. Just don't tarry, for it's an urgent matter. Odalin. So we'll definitely be taking this and doing that at some point. We have another mission here, which is just a secondary mission. It's a brother missing. We need to find someone's brother. And some more flavor text.
The Black Ones laid siege to Vizima and burned the outskirts to the ground.
This is mentioned points of interest on the map. You see those icons there. Something that's odd, you have to actually read through the messages on the board like this to actually start the mission. You can't just read it on the board and start it that way.
50 years of work up in smoke!
Alright, so we're gonna go talk to Willis here. This is kind of the first secondary mission.
What happened here?
Oh, got a wee bit chilly the night, so I set fire to my forge. Got it nice and roaring. Roasted some wieners. What do you think happened, dimwit? Some bugger set alight me workshop. I've lost everything. Everything!
Easy on the insults. I could add to your misfortune. Any suspects?
Whole damned village. I've lived here half a century. Thought they saw me as one of their own. But everything changed when the Black Ones came. I'm the only smith around, so I got to service their garrison. Bang dents out of plate, shoe horses. That sort of thing. Nilfgaardians don't pay me a bloody copper. Just give me supplies and orders. But humans can't fathom that. They think I'm getting rich off their misfortune. That I sleep on a pile of gold like a ploughing dragon. They've stopped talking to me. Spit when I pass. And now this.
We definitely gotta be looking for this arsonist.
I can find your arsonist, provided you're willing to pay.
I've not much left, but I'll give you all if you bring me that horse in, so that he gets what he deserves. The night of the fire, I heard movement outside my hut. Went out to see if I could find any tracks. I found nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
Start. First phase in this grindstone basically gives your weapon a bit more damage for 15 minutes, I believe. We're gonna go up back, we're gonna look around, see what we can find with our Witcher senses. Lo and behold.
Shavings from a tinderbox. Arsonist must have lit his torch here, tossed it on the roof, then fled through the orchard. Boot prints. A man's. Large.
Let's see where they lead then.
Stinks of piss and vodka. Took off his boots and went in the water. Probably wanted to cover his trail.
Pretty clever for someone who's drunk out their mind.
Can't decide.
Something jumped out of the rushes. Drowners. But he managed to escape. Lost his boots in the rush. Bleeding, but not badly. Surface wound.
Not in real life. Be ill than disturb a ghost. Me gran told me about the Smith's boy. Lad went missing one day, so folk nabbed a witchman that was hunting the night. Started poking
Trail ends here, but I'll recognize him by his wounds.
I thought people just let you walk in. But here find
Drowner claw marks. It's gotta be him. Nasty wound. Run into a drowner?
What the fuck do you care?
Whoa, our arsonist's a charmer too. Come on, Smith wants to talk to you.
I ain't not talk to a non-human. Sons of bitches all, and dwarves are the worst. Greedy little magpies, do anything for gold they will. They forge the blades the Black Ones put to our throats, am I not right? Listen, we can work this out man to man. I give you gold, you don't turn me in. My mum died a while back and I sold her tools. I've spent some, but what's left is yours.
Well, two things. Bad for the bad reputation to not fulfill contracts, and this guy's also a piece of shit, so no chance.
Magpies and dwarves might be greedy, but I'm not. Can't buy me.
Then I'll beat your fucking mug to a pulp!
Yeah, I doubt that as well.
Calm down. Now follow me.
Something else that's interesting. You can basically just steal everyone's everything and they won't bother as long as the guards aren't out. And especially since we're playing on it is effectively very hard. We definitely want to do everything we can for money to buy food and whatnot.
For trouble.
While he's doing that, one other thing I want to do is we want to go talk to this guy here. He's a gentleman we saved just earlier.
We meet again.
Thank you for saving me. People say all kinds of things about witches, but I've always known yours to be an honorable guild.
So you managed to salvage some goods?
Yes, but I await the repair of my wagon. As time passes, my losses grow. Do you need something? I'll let it go half-free.
See what he's peddling.
Let me have a look at your stock.
We don't have much money, but there might be something here worth buying. Well, of course, it'd be 91. We only got 90 ourselves. That just feels bad. I guess we can sell a bit of this junk. And here's all the ingredients we've been collecting so far. And we'll buy the decoction. It'll be useful sometime later.
Take care.
Alright, so let's go finish this with the arsonist. Something else I should note, most people who sell things will also pay you coin. He's one of the exceptions though, the gentleman I just spoke with.
Up and at 'em.
What's going on?
Here you go. One village pyromaniac in the flesh.
Nap? You! I knew your mum for years. Charged her nary a copper. This is how you repay me. I've had enough. Hey, soldier. A minute of your time, please.
No! Willis, I beg you, I was drunk. Didn't know what I was doing.
I've told you, Master Willis. We will help you rebuild once reinforcements come. The supplies have been ordered.
Not what this is about, mate. This here's the arsonist. A witcher found him.
The forge was important to the garrison. Destroying it was sabotage. No trial needed here. Just a tree.
Villagers will really love you now.
Well, no, I don't give a flying fuck about them. You know, I hated the Black Ones at first, like everybody else did. Now I'm thinking they might just bring order to this place. Teach these layabouts some manners. But enough about that. Your reward. And I managed to save some things from the fire. Anvil's still whole, so I'm sure I can bang something out on it. You need anything, let me know. Give you a good price. A return customer. Welcome. What can I do for you this time?
Let's see what he's buying.
Show me what you got.
Use this diagrams to forge armor, so you can go to crafting and you can get these. Let's see through all that. So there's different types of gear. Green gear, however, it's probably my favorite. It's a straight Witcher gear. This is basically like the first upgrade you can do. And I was gonna say we might be able to do it right now, but he actually didn't give us any money. We were piss broke. 30 gold to our name. Feels real bad. We'll be back and we'll make this armor before we leave. It is quite decent.
So long.
Level 1 at least. But given the time, I think we're going to leave it here, and we'll pick it back up tomorrow. So it's been a pleasure. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.